Welcome to the Developer Success Podcast. For today's episodes, we've got Tamara Meers as a guest, who has been working for almost 17 years, which is pretty amazing, especially in the IT sector. It's a huge thing. As an employee of KBC, most of which was at KBC Insurance. KBC Group is a Belgian universal multi-channel bank insurer. It focuses on private clients and small and medium-sized enterprises in Belgium, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia. KBC Group is one of Belgium's major companies and the second largest bank insurer in the country. And as of late 2020, it was the 15th largest bank in Europe by market capitalization and a major financial player in Central and Eastern Europe. And Tamara had a range of different functions, from product manager, head of department, until project and program manager. And at the moment, she is a business development manager within open banking and insurance. Her expertise is not in technology, but in the power of collaboration with all the different domains to create new possibilities for KBC and KBC's clients. Welcome, Tamara. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited about this episode because we've had lots of conversations already with you and the team. And it's interesting when business people are excited about APIs and when business people get in the mix. And you know, what was also in your bio, that it's not necessarily the technical sides that you're standing on, but more on the business side. And I've seen in many programs that this is really important to have people like you part of the conversation, because otherwise it's very easy to be completely focused on pure technology for technology's sake. And that's not necessarily a good way to get developer success. So very excited about having this conversation. What does developer success mean for you?
Of course, then I speak from my role as a business development manager. And then we rarely speak only about the developer success. So for us, it's always a part of a total approach. I can explain it also by the type of our partners, because we have two large groups and one group that are larger companies, and they already have a separate IT department. So, of course, the IT integration is an important part, and the technology. And certainly because we have noticed that these parties already have existing solutions and even APIs, their own APIs. So partnership often means customization and also a close cooperation from both sides. But then on the other hand, we have a second group, and that are the smaller SMEs. And with these partners, we work more often with standardized solutions. So and for the solutions, we look also at a wide range with or even without technical integrations. So in these partnerships, the share of development is limited. So, and because of that, the developer success is one of the necessary conditions for a good cooperation with our partners, but it's not the end goal.
So basically, it's about business success.
Yes.
Can you tell maybe a little bit about of the program that's currently running at KBC? How did you start your journey with APIs? And today, APIs are an important strategic resource. And you have your whole developer portal that goes beyond APIs. That is really a source of value for KBC. How did this get triggered?
Yes, also, I think, like for the most of us, it all started with the PSD2, because without PSD2, we probably wouldn't have had an API gateway or developer portal. So this European guideline was an important trigger. And of course, the first concern of KBC was to be compliant. But within the same implementation project, there was already immediately a subtrack with a focus on the commercial possibilities. So it was from the beginning clear that there were more opportunities and that our ambition was broader than only be compliant. But it all started with PSD2.
That's, I think, for a lot of banks in Europe, that was kind of the trigger. And I think it kind of put you ahead of the pack. How do you feel about the whole PSD2 directive and the changes that it triggered in the banking sector? Is it been a positive force, or is it more mixed? Or what do you feel about it?
No, I think it was positive, and it was definitely important for KBC. And like you said, not only for KBC, it was a game changer regarding to the whole open finance And I think now, for the moment, it's becoming a new normal, and not only for us, but also for the customers, because you can see that the expectations of the customers are changed. In the meantime, customers are used to financial solutions being more widely accessible and not only at their own bank. So, yeah, for example, it's already common that the car dealer offers a final solution. So I think, yeah, it was definitely important for KBC and for customers in global.
It's interesting. So it was a necessary thing, but then it
Mhm.
actually turned into an interesting opportunity. What goals did you set for yourself with the KBC team or as a company before you launched your developer portal? Were there specific things that you had in mind that you wanted to achieve, or how did this get started?
Yeah, I think for us, the main goal was to make our offer known within the developer community. So, and we expected that the developers spontaneously would start working on it. So we expected that having a developer portal was the way of working to attract new partners via their developers. But I have to say the reality is different because we really need to proactively approach potential partners, and during this human-to-human context, the developer portal is for us a tool to inform and onboard the new partners.
So today you have people going around talking to customers and
Yes.
then helping them with the onboarding on the
Yes,
portal.
yeah, indeed. Yeah.
But you're planning to change that also to more self-service, or how do you see that?
Yes, indeed. The main goal that we had is still is still alive, and it's also a goal for the future.
So, but it's about like getting the community ready for it and getting the local community to go along with it.
And maybe also a little bit to rethink the structure and the role of the developer portal within our strategy.
Looking more at where you are today with your portal and your program. So KBC has invested a lot in building digital leadership brand in the Belgian market, or at least that's what I perceive as a Belgian customer of KBC also. So that's if I look in the landscape, the company that's the most present with like digital innovation in our market, I think, is KBC, or at least this is my perception. But this is something that you've done deliberately because you've done quite some marketing campaigns. Like I think I've seen some billboards and stuff like that, and some advertisements. Why did you choose to do so?
The KBC is an innovative bank insurer, and the well-known examples are our KBC mobile app, which has been awarded several times, and of course, Kate, our digital assistant. But if you ask me why we are doing this, then I think because we have to. We need to adapt to the fast-changing world around us. Customers who are increasingly opting for digital solutions, and also their expectation about those solutions are higher and higher. So if we want to increase the customer experience, we have to focus on the speed, the simplicity, and the accessibility of our financial transactions. So we aim for smooth and effortless solutions for the customer. So why are we doing this? Yeah, for our customers.
What is the role of your developer portal in this strategy? Like, what kind of business value is it fulfilling for the organization? And most importantly, is it fulfilling expectations?
Yeah, I think today the developer portal is not a part of the core strategy of KBC because the KBC clients already have 24/7 access to final solutions via KBC Mobile and Kate and the support of KBC Live. But in the meantime, and then I mean the teams of open banking, we are preparing our organization for the time when people come to their bank less and less. So we are doing this, of course, with the full support of our management team, but only for the moment. It's a very small part of the total business of KBC. So, but we know the market of embedded finance is still growing, and as KBC, we want to be ready on time.
There's also the whole AI story on the horizon that probably means that APIs are going to become even more important. So it's basically like a preparation strategy that you're doing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And what kind of business metrics are you using to measure the success of your developer portal?
Today, we have a view on the number of visitors of the developer portal and also the number of registered users. And last year, this was certainly a growing number, so that's always nice. But it's not a leading KPI for the moment. We do not actively work on this number. But maybe I have to say not yet, because in the future or in the near future, we plan to rethink the role of the developer portal, and probably it will become more important than it is today.
How is it contributing to these metrics? Do you have specific KPIs besides then the visitors that you're watching?
Yes, the leading KPIs for us are the sales figures. Like the other distribution channels within KBC, we have our own sales targets. And besides the sales volume, we monitor also the share of prospects, because through the cooperation with partners, we try to reach people who wouldn't otherwise come to KBC. So, and to achieve this target, we have a dedicated team of account managers, and these colleagues proactively approach new potential partners, and they guide the partners during the startup and during the further cooperation. And within this cooperation, the developer portal is a supportive tool for the business partner, but also for the involved developer portals. So I think ultimately you can say that the developer portal supports the sales activity and the cooperation with our partners.
It's really interesting because it's fascinating, because most teams I talk with, it would be very, very much more about the API traffic and things like that. So it's really fascinating. It's like, okay, sales, how are we making numbers? And I think that makes your portal very special, and I think an ecosystem and an interesting example for people to look at. Because KBC offers widgets and QR codes, for example, which is very different. Most portals just stick with at least today, most portals still stick with just providing APIs. But and this vision was there right from the beginning, the idea of having more than APIs in the developer portal. Why did KBC choose to provide these types of interfaces? And why are you also, how did you choose to publish them on the dev portal? And what is the value? Why do you have QR codes? And why do you have widgets on your developer portal?
Substantial part of our partners are SMEs, and they don't have their own developers. So because of the absence of the knowledge, and also to avoid the heavy investment costs, we have these ready-to-use solutions like widget and QR codes and a standalone partner tool. And these interfaces, they make it possible for the partners to offer their customers an accessible financial solution. And for instance, the use of a QR code for a bicycle loan at a bike shop. And then the partner has a separate partner tool. So the shop owner, he has access to all the necessary information. And we published these interfaces on our developer portal because we want to inform potential partners about the possibilities and that they are without a technical integration. That was important for us to have a broader reach.
You might have a developer trying to start doing an API integration, and then maybe they don't need to because they can just use a QR code or one of the widgets. That's a really interesting strategy. How important are these interfaces for your developer success? Are they contributing to the developer success that we defined earlier on?
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage is that these interfaces are easy to use, and it's understandable also for the business manager. So all kind of partners can work with these solutions and without the heavy investment cost. But honestly, it was never our intention to increase the developer success. Mm-hmm. But probably it's a positive side effect.
Mm-hmm. If you compare the value of your low codes, like your other interfaces, with the value of your APIs, what is currently more important for you?
When we are talking about business value, of course, it's the integration and API integration. Then, because it's with with larger companies, business value, it's more via the APIs. But yeah, we want to have a solution also for the other partners.
Yeah. The developer portal is closely integrated with partnership management for KBC. Like, for example, your partner integrations and It's Me verification. And It's Me, that's this, for people that are not living in Belgium, this is weird authentication service from the government, or I think it's a public-private partnership. But it's a standard authentication for Belgian citizens. So this It's Me verification helps for improved onboarding, because if you're a Belgian citizen, you should be able to get access to It's Me. Can you tell maybe a little bit more about how this all works?
The It's Me in the identification app for the verification, but that's only during the onboarding for our deals process. So in the KBC mobile app, we offer deals to the mobile users. And the partners who want to offer a deal, they can register easily to a KBC partner tool. And for the verification, so we have to check, is this the right person who asks access to the partner tool? We use It's Me. And the biggest advantage is that the potential partner, he has immediately access, so he can start his first demand, he can adjust already the right content and images. And then in the meantime, we start the legal administration of the partnership. So it's a fast way for identification. Mm-hmm. And then on the other integrations, for all the other interfaces, the partner needs to register once in the developer portal, and you can do that with a username and password. And because we use Auth0, you can use this same login for the other tools, like the partner tool, for instance. Yeah.
Do you have any further plans to do more with, and to do more to make it more accessible for your partners?
Yes, and it's again for the large share of our partners, because they are SMEs, and we see them struggling. We see them struggling with the technical approach of the developer portal, and I think for them it would be more easy if we make the business solutions more visible. So because of that, we have to rethink maybe the structure a little bit and make the portal accessible for both the IT expert but also the business manager, who maybe decides if they want to work together.
That is actually already hinting at the future. So the first question I had prepared was about regulatory changes, because there's some really big, impactful stuff on the horizon. And one of them is accessibility. That we discussed a little bit before we started the podcast. That's already on your radar, and you're addressing this need already for apps and websites. Another big one is the new PSD3 regulation. Are you already working on that?
Yes and no, because for the moment it's not so clear what we can expect from PSD3. The first signals we have received do not point to dramatic changes. It looks like more of the same, I think. Maybe an extension of the scope of the bank accounts, or maybe an extension of the periods over which we have to share data. But so far, nothing mind-blowing or nothing that we say, okay, there is a lot of potential or a lot of possibilities. So,
And what are your future goals with the developer portal?
Yeah, I think in the beginning of this interview, I told you that we expected that the developer portal would attract new partners without little or no human intervention. But yeah, that's still one of our future goals with the developer portal.
I think a lot of customers, well, not just customers, I think everybody in the industry bumps into this. And that's why I think refocusing on developer success is so important, that it's not just about, the APIs are done, the dev portal is done, we're done. No. That's when the real work starts. And that's when developer relations, developer marketing, and all the other stuff. Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to keep watching the journey. What were the highlights for you? What's the core thing that really stands out that you would like to reiterate on, or that you would like to stress from our conversation?
Yeah, I think from a business perspective, that the market of embedded finance is a growing market, and compared to other countries, I think in Belgium we are just at the beginning. So trigger was PSD2, but rising expectations of customers about the digital solutions, I think they will finally cause the biggest change. And for us, that's the main reason why we rarely speak only about the developer success. And of course, the technical solutions are important, but it's all about the entire customer journey and the user experience. And we, as the provider of all the solutions, we have to take care about the convenience of both the convenience of the end customer, but also our partners.
Thank you very much, Tamara. It was a pleasure to have you as our guest. I hope to see you in Amsterdam for the API the Docs conference. And I'll be watching with a lot of anticipation how the whole KBC story evolves and what comes next in your journey. Yeah, as I've told a lot of people already, KBC is an interesting company to watch and to see, like, what are they doing, because it's a very different way, a very different approach that I think is really pragmatic and business oriented. That's really, really interesting to see and maybe to emulate if you're in one of the other markets. Thank you very much, Tamara.
Thank you.
This episode was brought to you by Pronovix. You can learn more about our company at pronovix.com. Thank you for listening. That's it for this episode.